you ever made a to-do list and started with the easiest task before you tackled your harder to-dos? That's behavioral momentum. When we are able to check a few easy things off quickly, that makes us more likely to complete the harder tasks on our list. In essence, behavioral momentum is a prevention strategy that includes prompting students to engage in tasks that have a higher probability of completion prior to tasks that have a lower probability of completion. Put simply, we make easy, quick requests of our students before we ask them to do something more difficult or less preferred. We use this behavioral strategy to assist students with initiating tasks and following directions, which builds opportunities for students to experience success. You might say it starts the ball rolling. It is especially helpful for students who use problem behavior to avoid demands, but can also be useful for any student or as a class-wide strategy. Research shows that this strategy is effective for all students, including those who have behavior disorders, autism, and intellectual disabilities. It has been shown to be effective for preschool through high school students in both the general education and special education settings. Research outcomes show positive effects on student behaviors and has been used to target following directions: increased engagement, task initiation, transitions between and within tasks, completing tasks from start to finish, and improved academic performance. How can you use behavioral momentum with your students? First, identify what you want the student to do that they can do, but currently are not consistently doing when asked. These are considered low probability or low P requests. Here's Joey. When he comes into the classroom in the mornings, he often wanders around the room and takes a very long time to get to his desk and sit down, even when asked multiple times. Going straight to his seat when asked is a low P request for Joey and one we want to target. Next, you will create a list of 3 to 5 requests you have observed the student quickly complies with when asked, approximately 80 to 100% of the time. These are considered high probability or high P requests. We know Joey can hang up his backpack, enjoys getting a morning high five from his teacher, and can perform helper tasks and typically quickly does those things when asked. Now you're ready to use the behavioral momentum strategy. First, give 3 to 5 quick high P requests to your student. Provide verbal praise for completing each request. You might say, "Good morning, Joey. Hang up your backpack and coat. Thanks for hanging that up. Give me a high five. Awesome. Please pass out the whiteboards to your table group. Thanks for helping, Joey." Next, provide the low P request within 10 seconds or less and again provide verbal praise once the student begins doing what you asked. Go sit in your seat. Great work, Joey. Here's another example for a student whose target behavior is to put away their toys when asked, and they often refuse or scream and drop when asked to do so. Here's how you'll use behavioral momentum. Ava, touch your nose. Good job. Wiggle your fingers like this. Perfect. Grab your toy. I like how you did that when I asked. Put your toy in the bin. Thank you for listening right away. Some ways to support behavioral momentum for initiating and completing academic tasks could include embedding 3 rote problems followed by a word problem, or using a visual job list where the first 3 lines are mastered non-academic tasks such as greet your neighbor, get your pencil out, open your book to page 45, followed by the academic expectation of taking turns reading pages 45 to 48 with a partner. When implementing this strategy, don't underestimate praise. In fact, research has shown behavioral momentum is more effective when students receive praise and/or tokens after completing requests. You may need to continually assess what are considered high P requests because they may change over time. And remember that timing matters. Make sure the low P request occurs within 10 seconds of your last high P request. Educators can use behavioral momentum in a variety of situations. This strategy works quickly and requires little effort to implement. It boosts student motivation, compliance, and gives them the confidence to start and complete tasks. For some kids, the hardest part is the start, So if you help get the ball rolling, you might find a little momentum is all you needed. Thanks for joining us for today's Behavior Bits.